আচ্ছা, দেখো আমাদের একটা কোয়েশ্চেন এসেছে, why is Newton's formula for correcting speed of sound in air not correct? Newton's formula for correcting speed of sound in air not correct. আচ্ছা, দেখো যে speed of sound in air, speed of sound, if we consider speed of sound as v, it is written as root over elastic modulus divided by rho. Okay, root over elastic modulus divided by rho. See, elastic modulus is force by area by deformation in length or deformation in volume or deformation in area. Since this has no unit, that means elastic modulus has the unit of force by area, and we know that force by area is pressure. তাহলে ইলাস্টিক মিডিয়াম মডুলাসের যে ইউনিট হবে that will be equal to the unit of force by area, তার মানে that will be equal to pressure. Is that clear? ফোর্স বাই এরিয়া বুঝতে পারিস না এটা? ওকে, আমরা পড়েছি যে প্রেসার ইকুয়ালস টু থ্রাস্ট বাই এরিয়া. We have done that. Thrust is nothing but a perpendicular force. What is thrust? Thrust is a perpendicular force, right? Divided by area. Thrust কি? একটা perpendicular force divided by area. Suppose তোকে এরকম একটা জায়গা দিয়ে দিয়েছে, ওকে, and let the force is falling perpendicular to the surface. This force that falls perpendicular to the surface is known as thrust. Anyways, তাহলে কি thrust আর force তো সেম জিনিস হলো, তাহলে thrust by area কি হলো? প্রেসার হলো। পরিষ্কার? কনসেপ্ট ক্লিয়ার? ওকে, হ্যাঁ বল। ইলাস্টিসিটি এইটা তোদের ক্লাস 11 এ আছে। The definition, this is the definition or expression, this is the expression of elastic modulus. এটা এখন পড়তে হবে না, this is in class 11, okay, বাট এই জিনিসটা পড়তে গেলে জানতে হবে। তাহলে কি রুট ওভার অফ ইলাস্টিক মডিউলাস বাই ডেন্সিটি, ওয়ার ইলাস্টিক মডিউলাস ইজ গিভেন বাই দিস এক্সপ্রেশন, এইটা জানার দরকার নেই। কিন্তু এই এক্সপ্রেশনে আমরা কি দেখতে পাচ্ছি, যে যদি ইলাস্টিক মডিউলাসের এক্সপ্রেশনটা থাকে, নিচে ডেল্টা এল বাই এল আছে। হোয়াট ডাজ ডেল্টা এল বাই এল মিনস? ডেল্টা এল ইজ অলসো লেন্থ, এল ইজ অলসো লেন্থ, তার মানে লেন্থ বাই লেন্থ কেটে গেল, সো ইটস ডাইমেনশনলেস। তার মানে এফ বাই এ ইকুয়ালস টু ই, ই ইকুয়ালস যদি এফ বাই এ হয়, এফ বাই এ ইজ প্রেশার, সো ই উইল হ্যাভ দি ডাইমেনশনস অফ প্রেশার, অর উই ক্যান সে ই উইল বি অলমোস্ট ইকুয়াল টু প্রেশার। ক্লিয়ার? আচ্ছা, নাও স্পিড অফ সাউন্ড is proportional to root over E by rho. Rho ki? Rho is the density of the medium. What is rho? Rho is density. Elastic modulus is E. Clear? Suppose you send a sound wave. What did you send? You sent a sound wave. What happens when a sound travels? See, when a sound travels, consecutive rarefaction and compression happens. Okay, when a sound travels, consecutive rarefaction and compression happens. So suppose তোমার কাছে এখানে একটা মলিকিউল আছে, this molecule will come close to each other sometimes, these molecules will go away from each other sometimes. Is that clear? তার মানে কি rarefaction and compression means this is rarefaction, this is compression, so it will happen continuously like this. এইভাবেই কখনো ওরা কাছে আসবে, কখনো ওরা দূরে যাবে, কন্টিনিউয়াসলি কাছে আসবে দূরে যাবে, কাছে আসবে দূরে যাবে, এই ঘটনাটা ঘটতে থাকবে। ক্লিয়ার? আচ্ছা, যেরকম ভাবে এক্সপ্রেশনটা পাওয়া গেছে যে অ্যাকর্ডিং টু নিউটন during this process heat gets sufficient time to be exchanged. Remember it, what I'm writing? Write down, heat gets sufficient time to get exchanged. তার মানে ইমাজিন কর যে এখানে একটা বডি কম্প্রেস করছে বা একটা বডি এক্সপ্যান্ড করছে, তাহলে কম্প্রেস যখন করছে, কম্প্রেস করলে তার টেম্পারেচার বাড়া উচিত, বাট ইফ দ্য হিট গেট সাফিসিয়েন্ট টাইম, তাহলে কি হবে, যখন ও কম্প্রেস করছে ততক্ষণে হিটটা ধীরে ধীরে বাইরে ইন দ্য সারাউন্ডিং ট্রাভেল করে যেতে পারবে, তাহলে ওর কি টেম্পারেচার বাড়বে? উইল ইটস টেম্পারেচার ইনক্রিজ? নো. সো when the body will compress, it will try to increase its temperature, right? But if it gets sufficient time, or if the heat travels out from that place, then what will happen? The temperature won't increase. Clear hai? So if the temperature doesn't increase, the process in which the temperature of a body doesn't increase is known as isothermal process. What process? Isothermal process. So it will be an isothermal process. The isothermal process is a process in which the temperature of a body remains constant. Write it down. Isothermal process is a process in which temperature of a body remains constant. Okay. Now if the temperature of a body remains constant, then the velocity can be expressed as, then the velocity for isothermal case can be expressed as root over p by rho. Is that clear? For isothermal case it can be expressed as root over p by rho. এখন এখানে যদি আমি ভ্যালুগুলো বসাই, প্রেসারের জায়গায় যদি 76 সেন্টিমিটার অফ এজি ওখান থেকে কনভার্ট করে এসআই তে নিয়ে যাই, ডেন্সিটি অফ এয়ার যদি বসাই, আলটিমেটলি ক্যালকুলেট করে দিস ভ্যালু কামস নিয়ার 280 মিটার পার সেকেন্ড. ক্লিয়ার? বাট হোয়াট ডু উই নো? The known value of sound is around 330 meter per second. তার মানে there is something wrong in this assumption. Later Laplace came. What did Laplace told? Laplace told that when two particles come near each other very fast or go away from each other very fast, what happened? When two particles come near each other very fast or go away from them very fast, the time to transfer heat is so less that the heat won't get transferred. একটা প্যানের মধ্যে জল গরম করছিস, আগুন দিলে সঙ্গে সঙ্গে 100 ডিগ্রি সেলসিয়াস হয়ে যায়? কখনো হয় না. It requires a time. Heat requires a time to get transferred. Conduction requires a time. Convection requires a time. তাই না? Heat requires a time to get transferred. So when two particles will come very close to each other very fast, will it get the time? Or when it will go away from each other very fast, will it get the time? No. So if they don't get the time for the heat to be transferred, will the heat get transferred? No. তার মানে হঠাৎ করে if the compression takes place, what will happen? The temperature will suddenly increase. And if they go away, the temperature will suddenly decrease, because they are not getting enough time for the transfer of heat. The process in which the transfer of heat is not possible, or the process in which the temperature won't remain constant, because if the transfer of heat is not possible, then the temperature will either increase or the temperature will decrease, right? That means the temperature does not remain constant, right? The temperature does not remain constant. The process in which the temperature does not remain constant is known as an adiabatic process. Write down adiabatic process. What is an adiabatic process? It is a process in which the temperature does not remain constant, and the key thing for an adiabatic process is it has to be fast. Clear? It won't get enough time to transfer heat. Is that clear? It won't get enough time to transfer heat. Now in adiabatic process, velocity V is given by root over gamma P by rho. Is that clear? Is given by root over gamma P by rho. See, gamma has a value of around 1.4, 1.6. That is, gamma is greater than 1. So root over gamma is also greater than 1. So we can write as, see, V adiabatic, what Laplace considered, this is according to Laplace, that V adiabatic we can write as root over gamma into root over P by rho. See, root over P by rho is VI, then root over P by rho to VI. So we can put VI in here, we can put VI in here. তাহলে কি লিখতে পারি যে root over gamma into VI. This value comes near 330 meter per second. So what do we get? যে what Laplace considered that the phenomena that happens is an adiabatic phenomena is true, and what Newton considered that the phenomena to be isothermal is wrong. That means when sound wave travels in a medium, the rarefaction and compression takes place, and they are so fast that heat doesn't get enough time to transfer. That's why the temperature may increase and the temperature may decrease correspondingly. Clear? And so the velocity, if we take the adiabatic consideration, it will give our known value, right? So this is known as Laplace. This is known as Laplace correction. This is known as Laplace correction. Write down, everybody. Is it clear? Any doubt? Anyone? Okay. Write down. Now for next question, what does it mean if we say that a tuning fork has a frequency of 512 Hz? Okay. Suppose this is a tuning fork. This is a tuning fork. Clear? Let me take any one of its arm. Is that clear? So this is the arm or one arm of a tuning fork. Now suppose this arm vibrates from this position, goes to maximum this position on both sides. তার মানে what happens, the arm of the tuning fork vibrates in this way. Clear? তাহলে it will move to A on its left end and it will move to B on its right end, passing from the midpoint. এটুকু অবধি পরিষ্কার? সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছো? Okay. Now see what is happening. Suppose the tuning fork is vibrating. It goes from here, here, here. What happened? It's one time period. It's one time period. So if an object passes through a point after one complete revolution, passes through a point after one complete oscillation, passes through a point after one complete vibration, then the time that it takes is known as time period. Is it clear for us? Okay. Now suppose I move this path, it takes me 2 seconds. How much time did it took me? 2 seconds. That means I completed one oscillation in 2 seconds. That means I completed one oscillation in 2 seconds. Or I can write it in this way: in 2 seconds I completed one oscillation. Clear? In 1 second, how many oscillations? 1/2 oscillation, right? In 1 second I completed 1/2 oscillation. That means this tuning fork will have a frequency of half Hz. Clear? Is it clear? Suppose I take another tuning fork. I again move from A to B. It took me, suppose, half second. In half second I can travel from A to B. In half second, in 0.5 second I can travel from A to B. How much time? It took half second. That means how many oscillations can I do in 1 second? 2 oscillations. Got that? That means suppose it took me half second to complete 1 oscillation. Suppose the time period is half second. Clear? So in like this we will write in half second 1 oscillation completed. Clear? Then in 1 second 1 by half oscillation, that is 2 oscillation. Clear? That means the frequency of the new pendulum will be 2 Hz. Is it clear? That means a pendulum or a tuning fork whose frequency is 2 Hz, it means that it completes 2 oscillations in 1 second. A tuning fork with frequency 5 Hz will mean it will complete 5 oscillations in 1 second. A tuning fork with frequency 512 Hz means it will complete 512 oscillations in 1 second. Is that clear? So we will write that. What does it mean if we say that a tuning fork has a frequency of 512 Hz? We will write the answer as, it means the tuning fork will complete 512 oscillations in 1 second. Is that clear? It means that the tuning fork will complete 512 oscillations in 1 second. Is it clear? সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছিস? কোনো ডাউট আছে? Very good. লিখে নাও। দেখো নেক্সট কোশ্চেন নাম্বার 12 বলছে a tuning fork has a number 584 marked on it. What does this number signify? Tuning fork has a number 584 marked on it. See, যখনই তোমাকে এই ধরনের কোনো কোশ্চেন দেবে, first you have to know that the tuning fork, if it has a number marked on it like 584, this will mean that the tuning fork has a frequency of 584. Is it clear? If 584 is marked on it, it will mean it will have a frequency of 584. If 312 is marked on it, what will be its frequency? 312 Hz. So we will write the frequency. It means that the tuning fork is of frequency 584 Hz. Is that clear? Okay. Next, when are the points on a wave said to be in same phase? This is an interesting question. Put a star in front of it. When are the points on a wave said to be in same phase? Same phase e kokhon thake? Okay, let us draw a wave. First thing first, let us draw a wave. Okay, suppose this wave is traveling like this. Clear? Okay. Now we will understand it very simply. ভালো করে বুঝতে হবে কি কথাটা বলছি। ভালো করে ইমাজিন করো, imagine this point. Okay, at this point the particle has a definite velocity. Is that clear? At this point the particle has a definite velocity and the particle has a definite direction. Like এই সময় ওয়েভটা যদি একটা পার্টিকেল এখানে থাকে তাহলে পার্টিকেলটা তো এরকম ভাবে বেট করে। The particle vibrates up and down in this way and the wave travels in the forward direction, right? This is a transverse wave. So when the particle vibrates in this way perpendicular to the propagation of wave, the wave travels forward, right? We have seen that. Okay, so this particle is vibrating like this. Now the particle has to reach here. Look what is happening. Follow my hand, okay? Follow my hand. It's very important. Follow my hand. Suppose this is the mean position of the particle. Can you see it? Again, suppose the particle is here, okay? Suppose the particle is here. This is the mean position of the particle. This is the plus max. This is the minus max. What is the plus max? This one is the plus max. This one is the minus max, okay? See what is happening. Again, see. See, I'm slowly going up. You got that? I'm slowly going down. Got that? I'm slowly coming down. Got that? I'm slowly going to the mid. Right? So what is happening? Clear? Again. Clear? So what happens is that my particle only moves in this direction. This is the movement of my particle. Okay? This is the movement of the particle in the medium. And where does the wave move? The wave moves in the forward direction. পার্টিকেলটা এইভাবেই নড়ছে। ওয়েভটা কি করছে? পার্টিকেলটা এইভাবে নড়ছে বলে ওয়েভটা এইদিকে আসছে। তা পার্টিকেল তো এইভাবে নড়ছে, ওয়েভ তো সামনের দিকে আসছে। তাহলে ওয়েভ যদি এদিকে আসে, পার্টিকেল যদি এদিকে নড়ে, তাহলে 90 ডিগ্রি না? ভেবে দেখো, ওয়েভ তো আমার এইদিকে আসছে, তাই না? ওয়েভ আমার এদিকে আসছে, পার্টিকেল আমার এইদিকে নড়ছে, তাহলে এটা কত ডিগ্রি? 90 ডিগ্রি না? Is that clear? The wave is moving forward, particle is vibrating perpendicular to the wave. So wave moving forward, particle vibrating perpendicular to the wave, that is they are making an angle of 90 degree. Is that clear? अभी हो क्या रहा है देखो. Suppose the particle is in this position, right? তাহলে এখানে থাকলে the particle has to reach the topmost position. If the particle is in this position, the particle has to reach the topmost position, right? Can it reach the topmost position if the direction is downward? Can it reach it? The particle is in this position. If the direction is downward, নিচের দিকে যদি ডাইরেক্টেড থাকে, তাহলে কোনোভাবে টপমোস্ট পজিশনে পৌঁছাবে? অজয়, এদিকে ফোকাস করতে হবে। কোনোভাবে টপমোস্ট পজিশনে সে পৌঁছাবে না। তাহলে টপমোস্ট পজিশনে পৌঁছাতে গেলে এখানে ডাইরেকশন তার উপর দিকেই থাকতে হবে। আরেকটা জিনিস দেখ, এই যখন ভাইব্রেট করছে এখানে তার খুব স্পিড, যত উপর দিকে যাবে স্লো হয়ে যাবে, তারপরে নিচে নামবে স্লো হয়ে যাবে, এরকম হবে না? তাহলে কি at the end points it will slow down? That means the speeds are not same along the path, right? That means at this position the speed it will have a more speed in this position. More closer it will be towards the mean position, its speed will be more. That means at every point it has a definite speed and at every point it has a definite direction. Suppose ও এখান থেকে উঠছে, this is position A and this is position B. Can you tell me what is the direction of B? Downwards, right? So the direction of B will be downwards. Clear? Okay, tell me the speed at B and the speed of C, which one will be greater? Speed of C. What will be the direction of C? Downwards. Very good. So C will be in the downward direction, the speed of C will be more than speed of B, right? Okay, tell me, if it is in this position D, what will be the direction? Very good. Clear? Will the speed of D be more or C be more? C. So you got it. এটা বুঝেছিস, right? That means that the speed and direction are different at different positions, right? In one word we can say that the velocity of the particle will be different at different position because velocity includes both speed and direction. So the first point we must note, we must write that point number 1, the direction is different. Point number 2, the speed is different. Is that clear? The direction is different and the speed is different. Now let us take 2 points in consideration. Let us take this point A and let us take this point at same height from the top. Tell me one thing, what will be its direction? Upward. What will be its direction? Very good. And if they are at the same height, their speed will also be same. Then we will say that the particle A and the particle A dash are in same phase. Is that clear? Suppose we take C. We take C dash. What will be the direction of C dash? Downward, just like this. So C dash will be downwards, right? What will be the speed of C and C dash? Same. That means C and C dash are in same phase. So what we get here is that A dash are in same phase. A dash are in same phase because they have same velocity, they have same direction, right? And again we can say C dash are in same phase because again they have same velocity and they have same direction. Is that clear? That means our question is, when are the points on a wave said to be in same phase? The answer will be the points on a wave are said, the points on a wave are said to be in same phase if those points have same speed and same direction. If those points have same speed and same direction at any instant of time. If those points have same speed and same direction at any instant of time. Is that clear? सबको समझ में आ गया? ठीक है, বুঝতে পেরেছিস যে তাহলে যে কোনো দুটো পার্টিকেল, যে কোনো দুটো আরবিট্রারি পার্টিকেলকে যদি আমি ধরি এবং এদের যদি যে কোনো মোমেন্টে সেম স্পিড আর সেম ডাইরেকশন হয়, তাহলে বি আর বি ড্যাশ যদি হয় তাহলে এরা সব সময়ের জন্য উইল বি ইন দি সেম ফেজ। বোঝা গেল কথাটা? ওকে, লিখে নাও। নেক্সট কোয়েশ্চেন দেখো, বলেছে হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্স ওয়েন দি কারেন্ট ইজ পাসড থ্রু টু বাল্বস connected in series। একটা সিমিলার কোশ্চেন এটাও তোমাদের যেটা আটকেছে, what happens when the current is passed through two bulbs connected in parallel। এই দুটো কোশ্চেনই তোমাদের আটকেছে। চলো একটা একটা করে দেখা যাক। ফার্স্টে we will know what is a series connection। What is a series connection? Suppose you have a wire and that wire is connecting two bulbs। কি হয়েছে, একটা ওয়্যার আছে, সেই ওয়্যারটা দুটো বাল্বকে কানেক্ট করেছে। ওকে, দুটো বাল্বকে কানেক্ট করেছে। সাপোজ দিস ইজ ওয়ান বাল্ব, দিস ইজ আদার বাল্ব। দুটো বাল্ব কানেক্ট করেছে পর পর। এখন আমরা let us see this one bulb separately। Okay, let us see this one bulb separately। Suppose this is a bulb, this bulb has two terminals। What does this bulb have? It has two terminals। Suppose this is the plus terminal, this is the minus terminal, suppose। Okay, what happens is the interior structure of a bulb is a connecting wire। When current is passed through this wire, it goes to the inside of the bulb, crosses this whole part, comes back and moves out of the bulb. This is the circuit of a bulb. Clear? This is how a bulb is made. It is made up of a tungsten filament. Clear? Okay. What will happen if I break this tungsten? What will happen? Will current flow? Will there be current in this branch? No. So if there is a break in the flow of current in a bulb, if there is a break in the tungsten filament, if there is a break in a tungsten filament, then the current won't pass through this bulb. Okay, that means it will be a open circuit. What it will be? It will be a open circuit. Clear? Okay. So we came to know about one single bulb. Now what will happen if both the bulbs are working perfectly in good condition? What will happen? The circuit will be completed. Electricity will come out from this end, cover this bulb, move out, cover this bulb, and the circuit will be completed. Is it clear? This is situation 1. What happens in situation 2 is I have one bulb and I have another bulb broken. I have one bulb and I have another bulb broken. Suppose this is bulb A and this one is bulb B. Now see, in this case bulb A is working perfectly, but bulbs B is damaged. What will happen? Will the bulb A glow? Bulb A is perfectly alright. Bulb B is damaged. Will the bulb A glow? Bulb A ki glow korbe? Keno korbe na? Why won't it glow? Because current from the battery will come to this position, it will cover this thing, it will cover this thing, it will come here, and it won't find a way to complete the circuit. If it doesn't find a way to complete the circuit, then it doesn't happen like this, that the electrons get accumulated in one end. It doesn't happen like this. এভাবে হয় না যে কারেন্ট গিয়ে এখানে কিছু চার্জেস জমে যাচ্ছে, it's not possible. Clear? That means the current won't flow. That means the current won't even start to flow. If the current doesn't even start to flow, then will this bulb glow? No. That means in this case neither this bulb nor this bulb will glow. Is it clear? This is our case number 2. Is it okay? We are doing a second case. What are we doing? Suppose bulb A is damaged, bulb B is perfectly alright. What will happen? Bulb A is damaged, bulb B is perfectly alright. What will happen? No current will flow, because the current will try to come out from this end, it will reach here, but it's broken. তাহলে সার্কিটটা কমপ্লিট হবে না। If the circuit isn't completed, then it doesn't happen like the charge will accumulate here. The charge can't accumulate in any end. কোনো একটা জায়গায় চার্জ অ্যাকুমুলেট হওয়া সম্ভব না, এটা হতে পারে না কখনো। That means this current won't flow. If this current doesn't flow, then both of them won't glow. Clear? This is case number 3. Case number 4, if both the bulbs are damaged, it's obvious that no current will flow, right? If both the bulbs are damaged, like if A is damaged and if B is damaged, that means none of it will go. This is our case 4. Is it clear? So when the two bulbs are connected in series, the only case that both of the bulbs will glow, the only case is that both of them must be working perfectly fine. None of it must be damaged. Okay? So right here, that when two bulbs connected in series will glow only if both of the bulbs are perfectly working fine. Okay, or you can write when both of the bulbs are not damaged. Both the cases are right. Is it clear? Now we will do the same thing with a parallel connection. What happens in a parallel connection? See, this is a parallel connection. This is a parallel connection. Okay, this is a parallel connection. देखो series connection की होय, suppose this is the terminal 1 of battery, this is terminal 1 of bulb, this is the terminal 2 of bulb. Okay, so this is the terminal 1 of bulb A, terminal 2 of bulb A, terminal 1 of bulb B, terminal 2 of bulb B. When the terminal 1 and terminal 2 of the bulbs are joined together, it is series. Clear? When the opposite terminals are joined together, it is series. But when the same terminals are joined together, it is parallel connection. Right? See, this is bulb A, this is bulb B. Okay? This is terminal 1, terminal 2. This is terminal 1, this is terminal 2. Right? When both of the terminal 1s are joined together and both of the terminal 2s are joined together, that means we are getting a parallel connection. So in parallel connection, both the same terminals will be joined. Both of the same terminals will be joined. But in series connection, the opposite terminals will be joined. Is it clear? And one more thing, both the like terminals will be joined and they will be connected to the source if there is only two components. Okay? Okay. अभी इधर क्या होता है? देखो, in case 1, if both of the bulbs are working fine, एकदम ठीक है, both of the bulbs are fine. So what will happen? Current will flow from this end, it will come here, it will cross the bulb and will reach the battery. So both of the bulbs will glow. So this one will also glow, this one will also glow. Okay, when they are perfectly alright. Case 2, what happens? Suppose one bulb is working alright. Suppose one bulb is working alright, but the other bulb is damaged. Come on, tell me, what will happen? Very good. Suppose this is bulb A, this is bulb B, it isn't working, bulb A is working. What will happen? Yes, current from this terminal will move to this part. It will try to go in this part, it will try to go in this part. In this part it completes the circuit, comes back and reaches here. But will it go anywhere in bulb B? No. So if it can't cross this part, will the current in here flow? No. So the only path of current will be from A. So which bulb will glow? The bulb that is perfectly alright, or bulb A. कौन सा bulb जलेगा? जो ठीक है वही जलेगा. It doesn't mean that none of them will glow. In this case, if one bulb is damaged, none of them will glow. But in this case, if any one is damaged, the other one which is alright, it will glow. Clear है? যেটা ঠিক আছে, যেটা ভালো আছে সেটা জ্বলবে। আর ওটাই যেটা খারাপ, তার সাথে যেটা সিরিজে কানেক্টেড, ভালো হলেও সেটা জ্বলবে না। বোঝা গেল কথাটা? ওকে। নেক্সট কেস। Next case is, suppose I have the same connection, but bulb A is damaged, bulb B is working fine. What will happen? Current will flow. Which bulb?
Bulb B.
Okay, so there are two bulbs. Bulb B is working fine, so current will flow in which bulb? Bulb B. So the current will come out from here. The current will try to move in here, but it will cross the bulb B and reach the battery, but it won't cross here, right? So if it doesn't cross here, will the current flow? No. That means only bulb B will glow. ठीक है? Okay, this is the case 3. Let us move on to case 4. In case 4, we have both the bulbs damaged. we have both the bulbs damaged. So bulb A is also damaged, bulb B is also damaged. So if bulb A is damaged and B is damaged, both of them are damaged, then current will try to come out from here. It will try to move in this branch, it will try to move in this branch, but as both of them are damaged, will the current flow in the other side? No. The current won't flow in the other side. So will the current complete its circuit? No. So will the bulbs glow? No. So current won't flow in any of the branches, right? So in this case number 4, none of the bulbs will glow. ठीक है, इतना तक आ गया. So what do we understand? That when two bulbs are connected in parallel, none of them will glow only if both of them are damaged. The condition is none of them will glow only if both are damaged. So this is the condition for a parallel connection, and this one is the condition for a series connection. Is that clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Srijan? Okay. Write down. देखो मैग्नेटिज्मेর नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन যেটা তোমাদের আটকেছে B3, explain the method of plotting the magnetic lines of force around a bar magnet. Method of plotting the magnetic lines of force around a bar magnet. Okay. Suppose এখানটায় একটা ম্যাগনেটিক কম্পাস আছে. Clear? What will happen if I put a south pole in this direction? What will happen? What will happen if I put a south pole in this direction? What will happen? The magnetic needle will bend towards the south pole. So if this is the magnetic needle, it will bend towards the south pole. Is that clear? What will happen if I put a north pole in here and I remove the south pole? What will happen? Yes, the magnetic needle will get deflected away from the north pole. This is how a magnetic needle works. Okay. Now, suppose I have a bar magnet. Suppose I have a bar magnet. Suppose this is the north of a bar magnet, this is the south of a bar magnet. So what I will do, I'll make a board, I'll make a large board, I'll put an art paper on it and I'll clip it down. একটা আর্ট পেপার একটা বড় বোর্ডের উপরে নিয়ে সেটাকে চিপকে দেব. বোঝা গেল? চিপকে দেওয়ার পর এখানটায় I will keep a bar magnet. Clear? Suppose this is the north of a bar magnet and this is the south of a bar magnet. আর এখানে কি করব? I will take a magnetic compass. কেমন দেখতে হয় ম্যাগনেটিক কম্পাস বা ম্যাগনেটিক নিডল? লাইক দিস. ওকে, এর মধ্যে একটা কাঁটা থাকে এরকম. Is it clear? So what I will do is that I will take a magnetic compass and I will keep it here. Clear? I will see that the magnetic compass will point towards a definite direction. Clear? তো এটাকেই if we see this one from the top, এটাকে যদি আমরা উপর থেকে দেখি, এটা আমার চোখ, এটাকে যদি আমরা উপর থেকে দেখি তাহলে আমরা কি দেখতে পাবো? What will we see? Suppose this is the magnetic needle. In which direction will it point? Away from north pole, not towards it. If this is the north pole, right, and the magnetic needle we just saw will point away from north pole. যদি magnetic needle যেখানেই থাকুক সেটা ultimately will point away from north pole, right? So this will point in this direction. Is it clear? We will mark a dot here. We will mark a dot here using a pencil. क्या करेगा? एक पेंसिल लेकर इसके पीछे और इसके सामने एक डॉट लगा देगा. We will mark a dot here, right? And after that we will again remove this compass from here. we will remove this compass from here, we will put this compass in here. What will happen? It will again point away from north. Now this is the north direction, right? So it will point in this direction. If it points in this direction, this will be the dot we will mark with a pencil. ठीक है? तो क्या करेगा, इसको लगाएगा, उसके बाद इधर एक पेंसिल से डॉट दे देगा. So we will mark the other point also and we will remove the compass. In the same way, we will put the compass in here again. We will put the compass in here again and see, this is opposite to north direction. So what will happen? It will point in this direction, right? तो हम क्या करेगा, इधर एक मार्क कर देगा. See, can you see that the dots are making a pattern? Can you see the dots are making a pattern? What kind of pattern the dots are making? If we keep doing this, we will see that the dots will make a pattern like this, right? So if the dots make a pattern like this, we will connect these lines. Using a pencil, we will connect these lines. Now see, we are getting a known magnetic field. লাইন গুলোকে জয়েন করে দিলাম, জয়েন করার পরে মনে হচ্ছে না ঠিক যেন আমাদের একটা ম্যাগনেটিক ফিল্ড যেরকম আমরা পড়েছি initially what we have studied in our book, we are getting a same kind of magnetic field, right? We are getting a same kind of magnetic field. What does it mean? That using a compass and keeping the compass at a certain distance away from the magnet, it will give me a direction of the north pole. Clear? And if we start joining all those dots, all of that dot with a pencil, we will be getting a magnetic line of force. Is that clear? In the same way, in the top position also we will get a magnetic line like this by joining the dots. Clear? And consecutively we will also get dots like this, we will also get dots like this, we will also get dots like this, we will get dots like this. Is that clear? At the back portion also we will get dots like this, we will get dots like this, we will get dots like this, and similarly we will get dots like this. So this is how by plotting, method of plotting the magnetic lines of force around a bar magnet can be found. Is that clear? This is how by plotting we can find out the magnetic lines of force around a bar magnet. Is it clear? বুঝেছিস? লিখে নাও. See, next question. Why is it not possible to isolate the poles of a magnet? একটা magnet আছে, the poles of a magnet cannot be isolated. What do we know? We know that if we break a magnet, what happens if we break a magnet perpendicular to it? What will happen if we break a magnet like this? We have studied that it will form two magnets. It will form two magnets like this, right? The poles will get automatically created. So we know this fact that magnetic monopoles does not exist. We know that magnetic monopoles does not exist. But the question is, why is it not possible to isolate the poles of a magnet? For that we need to know a little bit about domain theory. Okay, little bit about domain theory. Suppose this is a magnet. It's very critical. Try to understand it as I'm telling, because it's not in your book. Suppose these are domains. What I'm telling, these are, what are these? These are domains. These are domains. What are domains? Domains are alignments. What are domains? Domains are alignments. In these domains, the magnetic moments are aligned in a specific direction, right? They are aligned in a specific direction. Now when a magnet is formed, all of these domains arrange themselves in a definite direction. Only single direction they will arrange themselves. Okay. See, now this domain is pointed in this direction. This domain is pointed in this direction. This in this direction. This in this direction. Right? They are not pointed in. All of them are not pointed in the same direction. But all the individual domains are having a definite direction. So suppose this domain is having this direction. This domain is having this direction. This one. So individually the domains are having a definite direction, but all of them taken together are not having a definite direction, right? Now when it becomes a magnet, these domains align themselves in a specific direction. These domains align themselves in a specific direction. Is that clear? Now this direction, this end will be known as north, this end will be known as south. Is it clear? One more thing. These domains have individual small north and south. That means each atom in a domain will have its individual north and south. Try to understand what I am telling. A domain gulo অনেকগুলো atom দিয়ে তৈরি. The domains are made up of a lot of atoms, right? If the domains have a definite north and south pole, if each domain has a definite north and south pole, that means every atom in a domain will have a definite north and south pole. Clear? Now you cannot break an atom, right? If you break a bar magnet, it doesn't mean you are breaking an atom. It means you are breaking the whole bar magnet, right? You cannot break an atom. That means you cannot break the north and south pole of an individual atom. Suppose this is an individual atom. The electrons are rotating around it in this way. This is the axis of rotation of the atom, right? Electron is rotating. This is an atom. The electron is rotating in this way. Suppose this is the axis of the atom. This is the atom, and the electrons are rotating in this way. Suppose this is the north, this is the south. You can't break an atom. So the north and south, wherever it will be, it will remain like this. Is it clear? The north and south will remain like this. This is north, this is south. It will always remain like this. Is it clear? Now what happens? That means it is made up of small north and south. It has small north and south, small north and south, small north and south, right? That means all individual particles will have its own north and south. ठीक है? सबका अपना अपना north और south रहेगा. It doesn't mean that there is only one north and only one south. All of them have an individual north and south. Now you cannot break an atom. This is an atom. Suppose you cannot break an atom. So either you have to break from this position or you have to break from this position. You cannot break in between the atoms. Atom को तोड़ नहीं सकते. Atom के अंदर से उसको तोड़ नहीं सकते. So either you have to break the other part of the atom or the behind part of the atom. You cannot break an atom. You can break through the gap of an atom, right? So if you break through this gap, what will happen? A small fragment like this will be produced, and a big fragment like this will be produced, right? What will happen in the small fragment? See, they have their individual north and south. Clear? And this will have its individual north and south. That means a north will be created in this position and the south will be created in this position, and a north will be created in this position and the south will be created in this position. Is that clear? That means if you break a bar magnet, it cannot exist in a single north or a single north south pole, because the atoms inside a magnet has its own north and south poles. Is that clear? They live in such a way, they live also, they stay in such a way that they have their individual north and south poles, and you cannot break a magnet, so you cannot break an atom, so you cannot have an individual north or south pole. Is that clear? Is it okay for you? Okay. इसको समझ में आया? बुझेছিস? ठीक আছে, लिखे ने? हाँ? बोल? हाँ? हाँ? তাহলে তোর উল্টো দিকে নর্থ পোল হবে। সাপোজ একটা ইলেকট্রন এই দিকে ঘুরছে, এটা তোর অ্যাটম। সাপোজ এর জন্য যদি নর্থ পোল এইদিকে তৈরি হয়, তাহলে যদি একটা ইলেকট্রন এর অপোজিট দিকে ঘোরে, এটা তোর অ্যাটম, তাহলে এর ক্ষেত্রে নর্থ পোল এদিকে তৈরি হবে। দেখ, every substance doesn't show magnetism. You need to be clear about this. Every substance doesn't show magnetism. We all have magnetic properties. Some substances are diamagnetic, some are paramagnetic, some are ferromagnetic. Okay, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic substances show magnetism. প্যারাম্যাগনেটিক আর ফেরোম্যাগনেটিক যে জিনিসগুলো আছে তারাই কিন্তু ম্যাগনেটিজম দেখায়, সবাই কিন্তু দেখায় না। ওকে, দ্যাট মিনস all of us possess some kind of magnetism, but the magnetic effect that we see are predominant, or the magnetic effect is more, the magnetic field strength, that the strength of the magnetic field is more in case of ferromagnetic substance. Nickel, cobalt, iron, these are ferromagnetic substances. Okay, হ্যাঁ, ওইগুলোর ভেতরে ম্যাগনেটিক এফেক্ট আমরা বেশি দেখতে পাবো। তার কিছু কারণ আছে, ডোমেন থিওরি তার একটা বড় কারণ, ঠিক আছে? তো ওর জন্য আমরা দেখতে পাবো। এবং ওর ভেতরে যদি দেখি, তাহলে ওর প্রত্যেকটা অ্যাটমের নিজস্ব একটা নর্থ আছে, নিজস্ব একটা সাউথ আছে। এবং আমি যেহেতু একটা অ্যাটমকে ভাঙলে আয়রনই তো থাকবে না, মানে যদি ধর আমি একটা বার ম্যাগনেটকে ভাঙলাম, ধর আয়রন দিয়ে তৈরি বার ম্যাগনেটটা, ওটাকে আমি ভেঙে দিলাম, ভেঙে যদি ওর অ্যাটম দিয়ে ভেঙে দিই, অ্যাটমগুলোকে ভেঙে দিই, তাহলে তো আয়রনই থাকছে না। ওর অ্যাটমগুলোকে ভেঙে দিলে তো আয়রনই থাকছে না। আমি যখন নর্মালি ভাঙছি, আমি তার অ্যাটম ভাঙছি না, আমি জিনিসটাকে ভাঙছি, দেখবি ভেঙে ভেঙে যাচ্ছে। যেখান থেকে ভাঙো না কেন, আমি কিন্তু কোনো অ্যাটমকে ভাঙছি না, আমি ওর ল্যাটিসের মধ্যে দিয়ে একটা ফাঁকা ফাঁকা জায়গা দিয়ে ভেঙে বের করে আনছি ওটাকে। বুঝা গেল কথা? যেহেতু আমি কোনো অ্যাটমকে ভাঙছি না, তাহলে নর্থ পোল সাউথ পোল যেটা ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল অ্যাটমের আছে সেটা ভাঙারও প্রশ্ন নেই। তাহলে কি যত টুকরোই কর না কেন, লাস্ট সব থেকে ছোট টুকরো যেটা হওয়া সম্ভব, দ্যাট ইজ অ্যান অ্যাটম। ইউ ক্যান নট ব্রেক ফার্দার, বিকজ ইফ ইউ ব্রেক ফার্দার the substance, the compound will not exist, right? The smallest part of the compound has a magnetic field of its own, has a north pole, has a south pole. You cannot break that. That means however number of portions you make out of a bar magnet, each and every portion will have an individual north pole and an individual south pole of its own. समझ में आया? कितना भी उसको तोड़ो, जितना ही छोटा करोगे, एटम से तो छोटा नहीं हो सकता। So if you make at the size small as that atom, उसका भी एक नॉर्थ पोल रहेगा और एक साउथ पोल रहेगा, उससे छोटा कम नहीं कर सकते, उससे कम नहीं किया जा सकता, because you cannot break an atom. To have that element, you cannot break an atom. हाँ, হ্যাঁ, এটা অন্য, আমরা নিউটন স্টারে যাব না, আমরা এখন ক্লাস 9 পড়ছি না। আমরা একটা জিনিস মাথায় রাখবো, we will stick on to the syllabus. এই আলোচনাগুলো করার জন্য আউট অফ পড়া, আমাদের পড়াটা এখন হয়ে যাবে, তারপর আমরা বসে আলোচনা করব। ইটস আউট অফ সিলেবাস। আপাতত আমরা এখন ডাউট ক্লিয়ার করছি, ইম্পর্টেন্ট ডিসকাশন করছি, এখন সিলেবাসের মধ্যে থাকবো। আচ্ছা, আর আচ্ছা, এটা লিখে নাও। See, we have a question. How is ray-streak apparatus used to study reflection of light? How is it used? Suppose you have a torch bulb, okay? Suppose you have a bulb, okay? You have any bulb. So when the bulb will glow, ray of light will come out in every possible direction, okay? Ray of light will come out in every possible direction. See the diagram that I am drawing, okay? It's very important. See the diagram. Suppose this is the bulb, I am drawing a 3D diagram. You need to understand this 3D diagram. Okay, I am drawing a bulb. Now let this bulb be placed on this surface. Okay, this bulb is placed on this surface. What I am doing, I am putting an enclosure in front of this bulb. Try to understand how I am putting this enclosure. I am putting an enclosure in front of this bulb. So if I put an enclosure in front of this bulb, will the light from the bulb come out? If I put a thick enclosure in front of this bulb, will the light from this bulb come out? Will it come out? That means light will come out from this way, light will go out in this way. Will it go out in that way? No, light won't go out in that way. That means this portion is blocking the amount of light. Clear? Okay. Now suppose I make a slit in here. What is a slit? Slit is a gap. What is a slit? Slit is a gap. So what did I make? I made a slit in here. Okay, it's like a darwaza, it's like a door. What will happen? Light from the bulb will move out from the slit. Clear? Light from the bulb will move out from the slit. Light from the bulb will move out from the slit. Is it clear? Now if we place a board in here, if we place a board in here, if we place a board in here, what will we see? এখানে যদি আমরা একটা বোর্ড রাখি তাহলে আমরা কি দেখতে পাবো? কি দেখতে পাবো এখানে? যে an illuminated portion like this is formed on the board, right? Clear? Will this portion get light? No. Will this portion get light? No. Only the amount of light coming through this chamber will be received. Only the amount of light coming through this chamber will be received. Other portions won't get any light. This is known as a comb-like structure. What is it known as? This is known as a comb-like apparatus. This apparatus is known as streak apparatus, because this is, we are getting a streak of light, right? We are getting a streak of light, so this is known as streak. This is known as streak apparatus. Is it clear? Is it clear? Suppose now I put a mirror. Suppose a streak of light is coming. Suppose a streak of light is coming. So the streak of light will be like this rectangular plane. I put a mirror on its path. Okay, I put a mirror on its path. যদি এখানে আমি একটা আয়না দিয়ে দিই, if I put a mirror on its path, if I put a mirror on its path, what will happen? The ray of light will get deflected, right? What will happen? The ray of light will get deflected. How will it get deflected? It will move in this direction, right? So when the ray of light is falling on the mirror in this direction, after reflection it will go in this direction. And it's very easy to find out the normal to the mirror. That means if we see it from top, what are you going to see? We will see this is a mirror. a black ray has fallen on the mirror. A black ray means this ray has fallen on the mirror and it has got deflected. We can easily find out the normal to the mirror. We will calculate this angle I and R. We will see that I equals to R. Hence we can study reflection of light. Is that clear? Concept clear? This instrument is known as stick apparatus. So we will use stick apparatus to generate a light beam which is thin and it will fall straight on the mirror. Okay, it will be thin and it will fall straight on the mirror. It will reflect back. We will observe it from top and we can find I and R are equal to each other. So we can study the reflection of light. Concept clear? समझ में आया सबको? बुझते पेरेছিস? কোনো ডাউট আছে এটা? আচ্ছা লিখে না। So streak is nothing like the stick apparatus is nothing but a comb-like structure. That's enough. Okay? Okay. Write down. See, infinite number of images are not seen in a parallel mirror. Suppose these two mirrors are parallel to each other. Okay, this is the mirror and this is another mirror. Both of them are parallel to each other. Suppose I keep an object here. Suppose I keep an object here. Its images will be formed in the plane perpendicular to both the mirrors. Okay, so suppose this is its image 1, this will be image 2, this will be image 3, this will be image 4 and dot 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 dot. Clear? Here also this will be image 1 dash. That means 1 and 1 dash are almost same. Okay, 2, this will be 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 and dot dot. It will move on like that. Is it clear? Now if you see from this position, two things will happen. Number one, the images will get overlapped. This is one answer. Okay, number one, the images will get overlapped. So if all the images are overlapped, it won't be possible for us to distinguish the other images at the back. Is it clear? পেছনে যে ইমেজগুলো তৈরি হচ্ছে সেই ইমেজগুলোকে দেখা সম্ভব হবে না। কারণ কি? এই ইমেজটা এইটার জন্য ঢেকে যাবে, এইটা এটার জন্য ঢেকে যাবে, এটা এটার জন্য ঢেকে যাবে। তার মানে the front images will guard the back images. So we won't be able to see the back images. Number one. Next, number two, you need to understand this one. Number two is very conceptual. See, suppose this is a mirror surface. Okay, this is a mirror surface and mirror surface has glass on it. Okay, it can be devoid of glass, but suppose the mirror surface has glass on it. The mirrors that we see, all of them has glass on it. Suppose a ray of light falls on this mirror surface. A few things will happen. Number one, a ray of light will get reflected. Okay, so first one will get reflected. A ray of light will get refracted. What will happen? This will get refracted. Now when refraction takes place, the ray of light will pass through the glass. When a ray of light passes through glass, some of its energy will get absorbed. So what will happen? Absorption will take place. Clear? That means if the ray of light has 100 points, suppose 10 points are absorbed. If it is 100 points, 10 points are absorbed. 20 points are reflected. Then how much is remaining? 70 points. It will again get reflected in this position and it will rise on top. Then again 10 point will be absorbed. How much is remaining? 60 point. This 60 point will have some of it reflected, this 60 point will have some of it reflected and some of it again reflected back. Some of it will get reflected and some of it will get refracted back. Is that clear? That means in every steps there is absorption. So if there are simultaneous reflections, there will be absorption of light in each of the mirrors. That means the energy of lights will keep on decreasing. If the energy of light keeps on decreasing due to absorption, then what will happen? The images will be less brighter and it will continue. If it continues for a long time, suppose if we move from 1 to 3 and 4 and then if we move to 5, the image will be much less brighter. And if we go more number of images to more number of images, 15, 16, 100, then it will be faint. We won't be able to see that. Even if we distinguish it from the front images, the backward images will be so faint, এতটাই উজ্জ্বল থাকবে না, এতটাই অল্প জ্বলবে যে সেটাকে it won't be able to be distinguished. We won't be able to distinguish that. Is that clear? এতটাই ফেইন্ট হয়ে যাবে যে ওটাকে ডিস্টিংগুইশ করা সম্ভব না। তাহলে নেক্সট পয়েন্ট উইল বি there will be loss of energy due to successive reflection. Hence the latter images will be faint. Clear? Hence the latter images will be faint. Concept clear? কোনো ডাউট আছে? সব দিমাগ में आ गया? চলো, very good. তাহলে we have done a lot of numericals যেগুলো ইম্পর্টেন্ট এবং তোমাদের আটকেছে সবগুলোই। বাড়ি গিয়ে এগুলো ভালো করে দেখবে। If you still have some doubts, be free to call me. আমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করে নেবে। আজকে আমাদের 9 এর লাস্ট ডেট। ফ্রম নেক্সট ডে মার্চে আইসিএসসির এক্সাম শেষ যেদিনকে হচ্ছে, ফ্রম দ্য নেক্সট ডে অফ দ্যাট ডে আমরা 10 শুরু করছি, নো গ্যাপ। বোঝা গেল? ওদের যদি পরীক্ষা 10 তারিখে শেষ হয় তাহলে নেক্সট যদি 12 তারিখে আমাদের ডেট থাকে 12 তারিখে 10 শুরু হচ্ছে। বোঝা গেল কথাটা? ইজ ইট ক্লিয়ার? কোনো ডাউট আছে? চলো, বাই বাই।